Thank you, Amy. Good morning. This week we'll see the beginning of what is essentially a crisis session in the legislature. On the surface, it's a fiscal crisis that brings the government to a fifth consecutive deficit, expected to be a whopping $4 billion, one of the largest in our province's history. The Premier's promise to balance the books has shattered her much ballyhooed results-based budgeting that has really turned out to be a big zero. Another broken promise is the one that she made, that there will be no service cuts. This is not a promise that she will keep. This is a promise that made her the Premier of this province. Any objective observer can only conclude that less than 1 year into her mandate, Alison Redford is already a failed Premier who will not keep her word. The simple fact is that this Premier and all the PC Premiers of the past 20 years have squandered our resource wealth and put our government and our province in the poorhouse. The Sustainability Fund has been drawn down to dangerously low levels. The Alberta Heritage Saving Trust Fund has been stagnant for a quarter century. This government hasn't saved a penny of our resource revenue in 25 years. We should be rolling in dough, just like Norway. Instead, we're broke. And the government has set on a path to break our public services. When you factor in all the unfunded liabilities that this government has racked up, you have to ask yourself the question, was this province really out of debt? We have a $4 billion deferred infrastructure maintenance. We have $10 billion in unfunded pension liabilities. And worse, responsibility has been downloaded onto municipalities, onto individuals, families, down to our students. We certainly are not out of debt now. And what do we have to show for it? What do we have to show for it? Roads with potholes, a broken education system that Alison Redford will further break, a broken healthcare system that Alison Redford will further break. And our seniors, it's absolutely tragic how they suffer in neglect. This brings up an important point. Even more than a financial crisis, our province under Redford's leadership is facing a moral crisis. What we are seeing in Alberta is something we are seeing around the world. A complete failure of trickle-down economics. For too long, middle-income and lower middle-income Albertans have been picking up the tab for the wealthiest and the largest corporations. It's time to finally admit that trickle-down economics is a failed and immoral philosophy. It's time for the wealthiest Albertans and the largest corporations to pay their fair share. With the prevailing orthodoxy of trickle-down economics, when this was introduced, we were told that slashing taxes for the rich and the largest corporations would bring benefits to everybody. How's that working out for Alberta at a time of economic boom? The last few years we've made it clear that this is not true. Benefits have not trickled down to regular hard-working Albertans. Instead, burdens have trickled down to regular hard-working Albertans. The Alberta Liberals will be speaking out during this upcoming session on behalf of Albertans, speaking out to save and improve our public services that once had built this province to great levels. And a particular area of focus for us that we will be advocating for is a return to fairness, tax fairness. The flat tax has failed, and it's time to return to a progressive income tax. Polls have shown that over 70% of Albertans support a progressive income tax. They don't support a sales tax. Favoring the wealthy and the powerful has put our government in the poorhouse, and this is simply unacceptable. The Alberta Liberals will be fighting to improve and serve those hard-working Albertans who build this province each and every day. You don't become wealthy and successful in this province without good public education, without good public health care looking after your families, good public roads, and a lot of hard-working Albertans, average everyday Albertans who, like heroes, each and every day do their job to build Alberta. Thank you, and I'll allow other members of our caucus to speak in areas of where they're the critics. Also, Darshan Kang couldn't join us. He gives his apologies. He's in India. He unfortunately had death in the family.
Not entirely. He talked about the family care clinics. What do you think? Are we going to see that, what was the number, 122 family care clinics or something like that? What do you think the fate of those family care clinics will be?
Kim, I believe the fate is, can be the fate of all other government service programs today. I believe Redford's going to break her promise. And she's not going to, Albertans aren't going to get the care that they need. Really, whether it's family care clinics or primary care networks, the key is care. The key word is care. Redford's going to break her promise to get Albertans the care they deserve. And really, this is the time to invest in the wellness, in primary care and prevention side of the system, not cut. Because they're cutting on the community system of home care, long-term care, family doctors, community-based wellness, it's actually costing us much more on the sickness side of the system. And this is the mismanagement that we have referred to. Bad decisions and mismanagement. The government needs to have courage. That's what governments are here for. You have to have courage to do the right thing. And that's where we have to address the issue of taxation and revenue so we can get Albertans the services they need.
Perfect. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
We'll see you all tomorrow.